Welcome to join CGTN's live in Wuhan. I'm Li Jingjing. You probably already heard the loud music behind me because right now I'm at this farewell ceremony for the assisting team from Wuhan. So behind me, there are a group of medics, assisting medics from Peking Union Medical Hospital in Beijing. So today, after fighting for the COVID-19 for over 80 days in Wuhan, these medics can finally head back home. This is also a remarkable milestone representing how well this COVID-19 has been contained in Wuhan. So today, the local city, Wuhan, organized a ceremony for these medics to send their way back home. Right now, this host is speaking, giving them more memorable gifts for them, memorial gifts for them to sending them back home. So these medics from Beijing Peking Union Medical Hospital, they are not just representing their hospital, they are also representing the top level medical skills of China. So in the late January, after the outbreak happened in Wuhan, around 40,000 medics from across the country came to Wuhan to assist the local doctors and saved the local medical system from the verge of collapsing. And in the late March, as the outbreak has been contained, the medics gradually went back home. But these medics stayed. They are the last assisting group of medics who choose to stay in Wuhan because not only they're representing the top level medical skills of China, they are also treating the most critically ill patients in Wuhan. I think after the over 80 days of combating COVID-19 in Wuhan, they successfully saved over 100 critically ill patients back from death. And those, I don't know what is going on here. Shall we move on here? Let's take a closer look at the ceremony. The host just expressed his gratitude for those medics who came from Peking Union Medical Health College. So these medics, there are 186 medics from the Peking Union Hospital.
请现场的摄影记者，请现场的观众向后退12米。
And now we have to move back gradually.
把空间留出来，我们给英雄们拍照。
Now it's the photo time for those
再往
medics.
后退，谢谢，往后退，再退一步，谢谢。好，前面清场，还往后退，左右两侧，媒体的观众记者往后退，再退1米，谢谢。
The hosts keep announcing to ask all the reporters and photographers to back up a little bit, to go backward a little bit, because as you can see, like today, it's a remarkable day for means how well this COVID-19 has been contained in Wuhan. So everybody from across Wuhan came here to express their gratitude for those assisting medics who dramatically changed the situation of COVID-19 in Wuhan. There were 186 medics from Peking Union Hospital, and that includes experts from every field actually, not just respiratory diseases, also critical intensive cares, cardiology, hematology, and now today in the middle you can see the people in different clothes. They are the deputy mayors and mayors of different of Wuhan and the chiefs of different districts in Wuhan. They all came here to express their gratitude for those medics.
镜头的力量在于记录历史的经典瞬间，在于记录历史进程的时间节点。好，请我们的志愿者国旗到位，在前排来。我们希望把这份镜头的力量传递给大家，传承给社会。今天我们将用世界顶级的相机为大家拍摄大合影。 这台相机中国只有10台，为我们尊贵的援鄂的医疗队的同学
Now, as the medics are taking
好
photos,
下面我们
I'm gonna take you to the another side of this ceremony because have you
来
seen
人
this
英雄
over here? Let me
来
my
认识
cameraman
人
to pan over there.
我们虽然不能拍摄你不能面部表情，但是愿意拍摄出你们大爱的眼神和眼睛。
They are the policemen who gonna guard all the medics on all the way to the airport.
国旗志愿者来到前面来，
好，请国旗志愿者进场。
中间先下2位，还来1位。
This is also the top level farewell ceremony for those medics. And this policeman gonna guard all the medics all the way to the airport.
领导们，预备，我们开始第4站站，我喊3、2、1，开始！看着这里。
In the past few months, different groups of medics from different provinces head back home, and those policemen guarded every group and all the medics on their way back home to make sure they're safe and also represents the highest level of welcoming and appreciation for those medics who saved Wuhan from COVID-19, who saved the life of Wuhan people.
背后的女士靠一下，好，右推现场。好，医生们这边我们开始，预备，3、2、1，开始，看我这里。看着我们的镜头。好，第2次旁边动作，再上微杀，正好还有一次，最后一次，请您那个注意了，请英雄们，预备，3、2、1，开始。
At this time I've got so many comments from our followers on Facebook, and I would like to read some of the comments made by our followers. There's one fan named Richard Chen, and he just left his comments as goodbye and thank you, and wishing you have a good journey home and never have to come back here. I really like this comment because although it sounds like impolite that to say someone that you never have to come back here, but to them, to those medics, it's a really good wish. We all hope that Wuhan and the whole China can recover from COVID-19, and those medics don't need to come back fighting in the front line for the COVID-19. Another comment from Sophie Zhang. She said, "Thank you for all medics. Hope you guys back to home safely." And I saw there another our followers just said Stacy Richard. She said they're still wearing masks. Well, she seemed a little bit concerned why everyone still wears masks. Yes, this is the strict measures taken by China. Even though this COVID-19 pandemic has been well contained in China, but everyone, literally everyone in China still wears a mask to prevent a second wave of this pandemic. So this is just a precaution for everyone. It doesn't mean everyone who wears this mask is a patient, but it's just a precaution, just no more new cases, no more people being infected. I saw another comment. This follower is named Su Quan. She said there were 186 medics from whatever place to help to win this victory. Thank you. You are the frontline heroes. And can they come to U.S. to help New York or whatever need help, please? I'm sure as the whole pandemic being well contained in China, one day the Chinese medics will go to different countries to help them. And as you can see, let's go over there because all the medics start to board the shuttle bus and starting to go to the airport. not that stable because there are way too many people here on this here. Right now behind me you can see there were several shuttle buses to take all the medics to the airport. After fighting in the front line for over 80 days, that's a really long time, they can finally depart from Wuhan and head back home, Beijing. And these policemen already been waiting here. They will be leading all the shuttle bus. And you can see there were so many citizens from Wuhan. They also came here to attend this ceremony, extend their gratitude. And all these policemen will be the first on the way to the airport. And after them, there will be a police car leading the way. And now, there were several shuttle buses. Later, we will try whether we can get on one of the shuttle buses to follow their way to the airport. I will try, but I don't know whether we can do that. And because there were way too many people here, so many people just came out here voluntarily to say goodbye to those medics. So the internet probably not stable, but we will see what we can do. In the meantime, I like to read more comments of our users because there's another user said, Harun Rashid, is that your name? He just left this comment and said, standing ovation to such medics, real heroes of China. Indeed, they are the real heroes of China. We have a lot of people here moving around, including reporters, medics, and volunteers who came here to help. Let's talk to one of those policemen, shall we? We will move to the front because right now there were so many citizens from Wuhan. They came out to say goodbye to those medics. And it's also the first time for them to see so many handsome policemen. They are taking photos with them. And here he's giving the instructions to the lead policeman who's going to lead the way. 你好，可以简单跟您聊一下吗？你好，可以简单给我介绍一会儿你们会做些什么吗？
我们等一会儿会全程护送那个北京协和医疗队团队的车辆到那个天河机场。你
是领队喽？
对。
So he just said it's their responsibility to lead the way to make sure all the medics safely go to the Wuhan 天河 International Airport. 那这是您第几次来送我们的这个医疗队呢？
已经记不清了，大概5、6次了吧。
5、6次了，是过去1个月是吗？
对。
Wow. I just asked him how many times has him been sending all the medics back home. He says he lost count because in the past few weeks he sent so many groups of medics back home. 你觉得怎么样？就是这样的看着我们的医疗队渐渐的离开武汉，您个人有什么感受吗？
我非常高兴。他们在武汉拼过命，然后他们在武汉能够安安全全的、平平安安的回去，是我比较高兴的。然后希望他们一路平安，以后的话工作顺顺利利。
您本身也是武汉人，对不对？
对。
看见武汉越来越好，有什么感受吗？
我也非常的高兴。武汉从一个从1月23号开始封城到现在，就是说。慢慢的，车流量啊，人啊，上面人呢特别多，然后武汉一天天的恢复了正常，我非常高兴。武汉也回到了以前那个比较热闹的大武汉，非常高兴。
好的，谢谢，也辛苦你了，也辛苦你。好的。So they are about to leave, and I just asked him because this policeman, he is a Wuhan local, and he has been sending all the medics back home for the past few weeks, and he's so excited to see Wuhan is recovering from COVID-19. He's a little bit emotional during the speech because as a Wuhan local, he saw the whole lockdown happened on January the 23rd, and he saw this whole city is gradually getting back to normal, and all the medics are also on their way home safely, and he wants to extend his gratitude, appreciations to all the medics. And now we will see whether we can get on one of the bus, follow the medics, shall we? So my editors back home just told me to read more comments from you guys. I'm glad to, but let's see. I will read your comments later, but let's see whether we can see more medics and whether we can get on one of the bus.
得力的班子的成员。等下我们送你们去机场。得力的班子成员。
非常坚定的落实你们的指示，
特别感谢。谢谢你们。直到昨天我还给他安排事情。应该的，都是我们应该做的。谢谢，来，咱们等一下那个，咱们几个，等一下那个，在那边，就这样，在书记这边，
来，3、2、1，往前看我这个机器，3、2、1，再来一张，来往这边看，3、2、1 ，OK， 好。
这是我们并肩作战的战友啊，前线指挥。
拥抱一个啊，
拥抱一个。
Farewell between doctors from 协和 Hospital and the local hospital.
您是走不走了？您
我是车队的，带队的。
哦，车队，那你上车了？
对。
好，
跟着可以。
好，关门。
我们
马上要走了，飞机晚点了。
我们可以跟着上去。
你上去。
啊？哎，您好，可以让我们上车吗？好，谢谢。谢谢。
司机啊，您喝口水不？那个给司机。
Now we are on the bus with all the medics.
来，那谁？
And we're gonna follow them all the way to the airport.
都有了。
我们是央视卫频道 CGTN 的记者，来跟着你们一块去机场，好吗？好，您坐这里吗？
哦，对，您往后坐，看看有没有座。
好嘞，谢谢。So here I am with all the medics from Peking Union Hospital, and now soon they will on their way going to the Wuhan Tianhe International Airport. I'm going to follow all their way to the airport. 您好，可以简单跟您聊聊吗？
跟我们的队员聊一下，护士长聊。
好的，好的。那你介绍一下，或者是
跟他们年轻人聊，你去跟他们队员聊。
作为领导的不好意思聊。哦，好的 ，because they are all the. Oh, sorry. Okay, saying goodbye.
那个小国旗呢？咱们这个在这个。
I don't know whether you can hear this because there were so many people saying goodbye. They are the citizens from Wuhan. They are volunteers. Wow, there are so many people on the two sides of the road. Such a touching moment. it's a little bit crowded here, but I didn't expect there were so many people voluntarily standing on the street saying goodbye to all the medics here. 不好意思，我们在直播，然后我们这儿稍微过一下，谢谢。您好，不好意思，那个我是 CGTN 的记者，因为刚才看到您很激动，您能讲一下您为什么会这么激动？
就是因为我从北京过来嘛，之后我除了在北京以外，在其他的城市，这是生活的最长的一段时间。我们从大年初2晚上到这儿，到今天应该是第81天了。我觉得这座城市给予我们真的很多。其实我们来这儿呢，是所谓的支援他们嘛，来帮助他们。其实他们给予我们的，我觉得更多。我觉得这是个英雄的城市，这里的人民也是英雄的人民。其实他们的就这些市民对我们给予了很多的关爱、照顾、支持。就刚才是因为看到了，就是送我们那个上班的通勤的班车师傅，2个多月来，就是他一直送我们。我们一共4个小时一个班，之后他就要来回的接送我们来倒班，每天都是对我们嘘寒问暖。尤其是上车下车，刮风下雨，那时候还要下雪，注意台阶啊，不要摔倒啊。下车的时候说注意把东西都拿齐啊，不要落东西啊。就是像家人一样，每天都见，每天都见，所以就觉得看到就是熟悉的人来送你，我觉得就是有点激动了，不好意思。
没事，你也辛苦。
就是真的很舍不得，就武汉就是我的第2故乡。我们真的没有在别的城市生活过这么长的时间，之后就觉得在家一样，并没有觉得这儿很苦，或者说很孤独，一点都没有。所以我觉得我明年还会再来武汉看一看这个美丽英雄的城市，看一看热情奔放的武汉人民。我还没有品过这儿的小吃，我没有机会，
有机会再回来吃。
对，有机会的话一定会再来尝一尝武汉的小吃。谢谢。
So, it's a little bit crowded here, but we'll move over. She just gave me a very emotional speech because she said she's from Beijing, but Wuhan is the place that she lived longer besides Beijing, and she never felt lonely, unsupported in Wuhan, and she felt Wuhan is her second home. She got so emotional, she got tears in her eyes because we saw there are so many people waving goodbyes to them, but among them she saw the driver who voluntarily sending them to hospitals and picking them up after they get off work every day, 24 hours, 24/7. She just saw that driver among those poor people who are saying goodbye to them. And that's a very emotional time because she said, although they are the one assisting, come here to Wuhan to assisting, but this got so many support and assistance from people of Wuhan, because exactly like the volunteer driver who are sending them to work every day, who make sure they're safe in Wuhan every day, that made her feel the Wuhan is their second home. So it's a very emotional time for all the medics to say goodbye to the local people here. And she said, well, although she spent 80 days here, it's still not enough, and she wants to come back to Wuhan one day and eat all the famous snacks and see the beautiful Wuhan clearly. So we hope all the medics can come to Wuhan and see Wuhan without the need of working on the front line, battling the virus with their own life. So I've also got a very emotional seeing all the medics got so emotional actually. And let's move around and talk to more medics. Okay. 来看一看。您好，可以跟您聊聊吗？我们是 CGTN 的记者，央视万里频道。 然后那个不知道您这段时间今天就要送离别了，有什么感受吗？
主要是有一个很激动，然后很高兴能够这么长时间了，然后终于可以回家了。当然也有一点不舍，因为跟这边尤其是同济医院的老师们合作的特别愉快，然后他们也都特别好。然后临别的时候还送了我们一些特别好的礼物。
送了一个
他们是跟我们组合作的嘛，然后他是。这个每人都写了一个这个明信片，然后每个人都画了不同的自己风格的一个图案。像他给我画了小龙虾，因为我比较爱吃小龙虾，
是吧？
然后像我们组还有一个赵晶，他们给他画了一个大白鲸，就每个人都有不同特色的。
好的，行，我来看看啊，这是一个那个这是谁送给您的？
同济老师的乳源和点送的。
So this is the gift given by the doctors, local doctors, to him. He says to Zhao Mingyi, that's your name. Wow, it's very romantic. But the person who wrote this card inviting him back to Wuhan to eat the hot dry noodles and the shrimps, as being drawn here, because you like eating shrimps, right? So it's a very sweet gift given by the local doctors. 谢谢。那马上就要回家了，会不会比较激动一点？
还行，男生就是情感没有那么丰富吧。
是吧？
对。
你看我们那边其实有好多的民众在自发。你可以看。前面还有 So there are so many people voluntarily standing on the street, two sides of the street, saying goodbye to them. 你们的飞机是几点呢
？11点，1点吧，下午1点多。
下午1点 ，so 终于可以回家了。Okay, now it's finally the time for them to go back home, and their plane will depart at around 1 o'clock. And on the way to the airport, we see so many people who came out on the street, standing on the two sides of the road, waving the China's flags and also saying goodbye and appreciation to those medics. It's a very touching moment. And soon, there were also policemen standing on the street for giving the salute to all the medics. This is how much appreciation people of Wuhan want to show to the assisting medics. And I think we got more comments from our users. Let me see some. Let me read some. Oh, there's one user says, we appreciate them for the efforts they put in fighting the COVID-19. More grace to them in their field of professionalism. And this user is called, ooh, there were drums. So on the way, we see people unexpected came here, beating the drums, waving the flag, saying goodbye to them. I'll continue to read the comments. This person called Butong 9, is that your name? He says, please continue to observe social distancing rules. Of course we will. And this person is called Jane Barroso Mutaba, is that your name? He said, we hope we can celebrate too ASAP, free from COVID-19, so we can go back to normal life. Fear no more. I assume that your country probably also suffering from this COVID-19 as well, and probably on lockdown as well. And this is exactly the message we want to express to you. Like Wuhan was the former epicenter of COVID-19. The city was hit hard by the COVID-19, but see how well this city is getting, and how well the city is getting back to normal. And thanks to all the efforts from the local doctors and assisting doctors, the life of local people are getting back to normal. It takes over 2 months. It takes over 2 months for Wuhan to recover from COVID-19. So I'm sure if you're doing the same measures, and you will soon recover from COVID-19 as well. And we hope everyone, every country, no matter where you are, where you're from, we can all soon recover from COVID-19. And we have to send a big appreciation to all the medics across the world. And this is called Michael Jumo, is that your name? That thank all for assisting Wuhan. I mean, Huazhong University of Science and Technology from Kenya. A person from Kenya, thank you. So this is an international student who studied in Wuhan. He's from Kenya and he's expressing his gratitude to all the medics in Wuhan. Wow. 你有没有想到会有这么多人来送你们？
因为之前有撤离的，所以我们能看到那个场景，但是没有想到有这么多，就是马路两边都有那么多人，确实没想到有这么多。
确实，而且大家都挥舞的这个花儿啊、国旗啊，确实的。So, although they've seen other medics who left Wuhan are being celebrated by the local people, but he never thought there were so many people to do the same for them as well, and voluntarily with their flags and different tools. We have more coming on the way. So this Peking Uni Hospital sent 186 medics to Wuhan, and that includes experts from every field, not just respiratory diseases, but also cardiology, intensive care treatment, and hematology. So they are really gathered the strongest team to came to support Wuhan, and these doctors not just representing Peking Uni Hospital, they also represent China's top medical treatment, and they came here to treat the most critically ill patients. Those patients are one of the most complicated cases, like in much harder conditions, because the patients they treat often much older and have more conditions, not just lung failure caused by COVID-19, but also heart failure or kidney failure. So the conditions are much more difficult, and they've successfully saved over 100 critical ill patients. Now there are only less than 200 critically ill patients in Wuhan, and all the patients are being sent to local hospitals and treated by local doctors, because like local medical system are strong enough to take care of the over 200 critically ill patients. So all the assisting medics went back home. Most of the patients already went back home, but this group of people are the last group of assisting medical team, and their departure meant all the assisting group have left Wuhan, and this is also a remarkable milestone of representing how well this COVID-19 pandemic has been contained in Wuhan. So we are on the shuttle bus. We will be following them all the way to the airport and see them getting on their plane and going back home. And thanks to all the medics' help assisting Wuhan, Wuhan is getting back to normal, and the whole China is getting back to normal. So here's my message I want to express to all of you. These medics are getting back home, and if Wuhan can get back to normal, the former epicenter can get back to normal, your city can too, your country can too. So for Wuhan it takes 2 months. It may take the same time for your country. So let's all maintain hope. And as long as everybody follow the rules, social distancing and disinfection, we will all get well soon, and hope we will all overcome this pandemic, and our life will get back to normal soon. They are waving a banner saying, "These medics are the most lovable person of this century, and Wuhan people, thank you." So this is our live stream. Thank you for watching, and we will continue stay here, bring more information about Wuhan to you. Thank you for watching.